I felt myself rising, slowly and peacefully. There was no weight, no pain, no fear. Just a soft awareness. I was floating above my own bed. I could see the doctors, the machines, my pale body lying motionless below me, and yet, I wasn't afraid. Welcome to Let's Lift the Veil. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next inspiring near-death stories. Today we invite you to witness the extraordinary journey of a woman who in the year 2000 crossed the threshold between life and death. A brain hemorrhage, a brilliant white light, an overwhelming sense of peace, and a reunion with a loved one who had already passed away. This is the story of a soul who returned from beyond, and whose experience forever changed the way she sees life, death, and what lies beyond the veil. It all began in June 2000. I was a young woman living in Izmir, Turkey. I had always been healthy, joyful, full of life and laughter. Then one day, a sharp pain struck behind my right temple. At first I thought it was a migraine, but within hours, the world around me began to fade. I still remember the fear and panic in my family's eyes. Their voices were becoming distant and muffled. I was rushed to the Edge University Clinic. The doctor said it was a cerebral hemorrhage, and later, I learned I had 9 times more veins and arteries than normal. A dangerous tangle of vessels was threatening my life. For days, the doctors hesitated, studying which vessels they could safely remove. I drifted between awareness and darkness, and on June 6th was the day my brain started bleeding. I was hospitalized for weeks, while the doctors tried to decide which arteries could be cut, which could be saved. My surgery was scheduled for June 20th. I remember fragments, visitors and nurses. Even I made a few jokes to comfort them. But the truth is, the clearest memory I have from that time didn't happen in this world. The surgery had just ended. My body was still under anesthesia, but my consciousness had awakened elsewhere. I felt myself rising, slowly and peacefully. There was no weight, no pain, no fear. Just a soft awareness. I was floating above my own bed. I could see the doctors, the machines, my pale body lying motionless below me, and yet, I wasn't afraid. I saw myself, without really recognizing myself. An absolute peace enveloped me. Time no longer existed and everything seemed suspended. There was no noise, not even gravity. Everything was silent, infinite. Then I began moving toward a space filled with brilliant white light. Not a tunnel exactly, but a glowing path stretching endlessly ahead. And there I saw him, my uncle, who had passed away just a month earlier. He looked vibrant, peaceful as he passed by. He simply said to me without moving his lips,
"Not yet."
I understood him through thought, not sound. It was direct communication, mind to mind, a vibration more than a sound, and that simple sentence resonated deeply within me. Then a lady appeared beside me. radiant, gentle yet familiar. I can still feel her presence even now. If I saw her again today, I would recognize her instantly. There was nothing human about her in the strict sense. Her light came from within, soft, golden and pure. Without words, she took my hand without visible gesture, and guided me to a place of indescribable beauty. Mountains rose in the distance, covered in lush green forests. The air shimmered like crystal. Everything felt alive. Not just alive, but conscious. Even the grass seemed to breathe.
"This," she said, "is the place of your life."
I looked around, amazed, but didn't recognize it. Something deep inside whispered, "No, this isn't where I belong." Then we were suddenly elsewhere, without walking, without flying. We were simply somewhere else instantly. We arrived at the edge of a quiet sea, near a small luminous village. The houses shone with a soft, almost transparent light. Again she said,
"This is your life."
But once more I didn't recognize it, and again I told her, "This is not my life's place." She smiled gently. Nothing seemed to surprise her. We continued our journey, passing through other landscapes, a valley bathed in gold, and a deep forest where the light seemed to sing. Each place radiated peace, harmony, and love. Yet I knew I was not meant to stay. Finally, she turned toward me, her voice like a melody in my mind. She asked me softly,
"What do you remember about your life?"
And suddenly one image appeared in my mind. My mother, her face, her love, her warmth. Then in an instant I felt myself falling fast, like being pulled down by gravity. I fell back into my body like a flash. The impact was abrupt, almost violent. I opened my eyes suddenly, and my mother was there, sitting at my bedside. "Mama, is that really you?" She nodded, tears streaming down her face, puzzled, and answered yes. I touched the blanket lying on me, a gift from a close friend, and wanted to check that this was all real. Then I said my boyfriend's name and asked if he really existed. My mother nodded and burst into tears again. That's when I knew I had come back. My life behind the veil. It took me months to recover physically, but the real transformation began inside me. Since that day, my view of life has completely changed. I'm no longer the same woman. I no longer fear death, because I know deep within that death is only a transition. Today, I live with a quiet joy, a constant peace. Anger rarely visits me now. It's been replaced by an immense serenity. I meet people with love, with gratitude. Helping others brings me real happiness. Sometimes people come to me when they are in pain. Without knowing how, I can sense where they hurt even before they tell me, as if my body senses the energy of theirs. When I touch that area, the pain often eases. I don't think of myself as a healer, but rather someone whose energy has been elevated and transformed. my spiritual understanding also changed. I was born in a Muslim family, but my faith now transcends religion. I believe in a universal force, a love that connects every living being beyond names and rituals. When I shared my experience with my close friends, many were confused. My family, on the other hand, only knows a small part of it. Even my doctor said it might have been caused by the anesthesia or painkillers. But deep down I know better. I know it was real, because nothing in this world could have given me that light, that love, that knowledge, unless it came from beyond. Today, I often smile for no reason. I find beauty in the simplest things, and every day I tell myself that the life I live now is a gift. I believe my life ended once there, and that everything I experience now is a gift of time, a second chance. So I do my best to make something beautiful out of it. If this story moved you, please like, subscribe, and share this video to help spread these powerful testimonies to others. Every experience like this reminds us that life doesn't end where breath stops. It transforms, it continues, it evolves. Thank you for watching this near-death experience till the end. And remember, what lies beyond the veil may be closer than we think. Let's keep lifting the veil one episode at a time. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. See you soon for another journey beyond the veil.